Love the content but hate the ads? Join the Your Journey Yoga membership for ad-free yoga and meditation videos. Your first month is just $1. Visit yourjourneyyoga.com to sign up now. Good morning. Welcome back to Your Journey Yoga. My name is Natalia, and I am here as your guide and your companion on your journey with yoga. Today we have a little morning yoga practice that's going to target the neck, the shoulders, the hips, the back, all the things that tend to be a little bit tense when we first wake up. And we're not going to be doing any crazy movements or anything. We're going to wake the body up very gently and with love. So we're going to begin today in a seated position, Sukhasana, or if it's more comfortable for you to sit on your knees, you can do that as well. Just take a moment here to find your seat, really connecting down through your sits bones. And if it is comfortable for you to close the eyes, you can do that, or you can just soften your gaze downward. And we'll inhale nice and deeply through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale in. And exhale out. Very slowly, starting with small circles. We're going to draw circles with the tip of our nose and just start to feel out the space of the neck. Notice any tension. Notice if the shoulders want to creep up towards your ears. Can you keep them drawing down and away? And then switch directions. Listening to the sound of your breath here. Maybe the soundtrack of your neck. I've got a lot of snap, crackle, pop going on for me. And then the next time that the chin comes to the chest, go ahead and keep it there. We're going to extend the left fingertips off to the side, just as far as is comfortable for you. And then we're going to bring the left ear over the left shoulder, pointing the chin diagonally forward just a bit. And breathe deeply here. Slow, deep breaths into your left trap. Noticing if there's tension in your face or the lower body. Stay relaxed here. And then start to bring the chin back to the chest. Extend the right fingertips to the side. Same thing, left ear over the left shoulder. Point your chin forward just slightly, stretching through this trap. Notice if it feels different on this side. This side is more tense for me today. So just gather some information from your body here. Nothing is necessarily bad, just notice. And then start to bring that right hand back in. Chin comes back down to your chest. And then slowly lift the head back to center. Open the arms, open wide. Exhale, reach the arms forward, round your back. Inhale to open. And exhale to round. Inhale to open. Exhale to round. Inhale, sit up tall, arms reach high. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale here. Exhale to your tabletop. Coming onto all fours here. Bring your hips directly over your knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. And on an inhale, we're going to drop the belly, gaze comes forward, cow pose. Now notice if you're really crashed and crunched in your shoulders here. See if you can press the earth away from you. Keep your shoulders drawn away from your ears. Inhale to open your heart. As you exhale, round the spine, send your hips back towards your heels. Inhale up to cow. Exhale, round heels to hips to heels. Inhale to cow. Exhale, round hips to heels. One more time, roll up, cow pose. This time, find a neutral spine. We're going to tuck those back toes, send the hips back towards your heels, finding a little bit of a foot stretch here. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Draw the knuckles down towards the earth. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, chin to chest. Chin to the sky. Chin to chest. Inhale, up onto the knees. Keep that bind of your hands. Bring your knees about hips distance, maybe a little bit wider. Connect with your core here. We're going to start to draw the crown of the head down towards the earth, knuckles up and overhead. Careful not to put too much pressure on the head and neck here. Stay lifting up and out of your knuckles. Stay connected to your core here. Take a couple breaths. Slowly lift up through your knuckles. And then release the bind. Reach your arms up high. Bring the right hand to the heart. Start to draw some big circles with your left arm. Nice and slow here, keeping the hips squared towards the front of your mat. Doesn't matter which direction you're going. Starting to open up through that shoulder. And then switch directions. Again, just noticing if it feels easier or more difficult to go one way over the other. Just gathering that information from the body, not labeling it, just noticing. And then bring the left hand to the heart and start to draw big circles with your right arm. Notice if the hips really want to move with you here. Mine do. Mine want to turn and help me open the shoulders. See if you can keep those hips pointed towards the front of the mat the best you can. And then switch directions. Stay connected to that flow of your breath here. Obviously, you're still breathing, but just see if you can be more intentional with your awareness of the breath. Nice. Inhale, reach both arms up high. Exhale, come down onto all fours. Walk your hands forward just slightly. Anahata Asana, melt the head and heart down towards the earth, also known as puppy pose. You can think of a little puppy finding their good morning stretch here. Opening a little bit more through the chest and the shoulders. Maybe taking a moment to appreciate this sensation of grounding between the forehead and the earth. One more deep inhale in. And an exhale out. And start to come on back up to all fours. We're going to lengthen the left leg out long behind. Taking a deep inhale in here. As you exhale, we're going to step that left foot to the outside of the left hand. Maybe walk that right knee back just a tad. So we're in this little runner's lunge variation. Bring your left toes to face about 11 o'clock here. Find some length in the spine and the back of the neck. Inhale in deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale in. This time as you exhale, maybe you play around with opening onto the edge of your left foot. If this does not feel good in your body, don't force it. Come back to that flat foot. And notice if you're locking out in your elbows. I lock out. So keep your elbows nice and soft. Connect with the muscularity of your arms. Keep your spine long. Good. And if you opened up onto the edge of the left foot, bring your foot back down. Inhale in here. As you exhale, straighten your front leg, lift your toes, a little half splits variation. You could come up onto the fingertips here, or if you have a block near you and you can grab it safely, you might bring it under your hands. Let's just take a couple breaths here in this hamstring stretch. One more round of breath. And then roll back through that front foot. Toe heel your left foot back into center. And then slowly rise up, arms reach up high. Inhale in here. Exhale, hands come down to your front knee. Just breathe into your right hip flexor here. Notice if you're really pushing those hips forward or forcing anything. Try not to do that. It's just the morning, right? So we don't need to come into our deepest expression of this pose. Find that little point of resistance in the muscles and let yourself breathe there. On your next inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. And exhale, the cactus, open your heart. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fingertips come down to the earth. Bring your left knee back into your tabletop. Find one round of cat-cow. And then from your neutral spine, extend your right leg out long. And then step it to the outside of your right hand. Maybe that left knee comes back just a tad here. Finding that about 1 o'clock angle, direction of the toes. Nice long spine, long through the back of your neck. Take a couple of breaths here. And just notice if you're clenching anywhere in the face or the shoulders. Soften. And then if you did so on the other side, you might come onto the outside edge of your right foot. Connecting with the flow of your breath. One more round of breath here. And if you open the foot, bring it back down to the earth and start to straighten your right leg, lift your toes. Again, you can come up on the fingertips, on a block. Deep breaths here. Awesome. From here, we're going to roll forward in that front foot. Toe, heel it into center. Press into your front foot and rise up with your nice long spine, arms high. And then bring your hands down to your front knee, breathing in this hip flexor stretch on this side. Now, again, if you feel like you're really pushing or forcing something that this hip flexor doesn't want to do, you can walk your back knee in a little bit closer. Check in with the alignment of your hips. And just breathe. Notice how it feels in the body. On your next inhale, arms reach up high. Cactus and open your heart. Arms reach up. Bring those fingertips down. Bring your right knee back into tabletop, finding that round of cat-cow again. And then coming back to your neutral spine, we're going to cross the ankles behind us, use our hands to come into a seat. And we're going to come into Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet together, knees wide. This is one of my favorite stretches to get into the hips in the morning. Take a moment to sit up nice and tall. And then begin to fold and keep your back straight, drawing the heart towards the earth until you feel a point of resistance in your hips, and then round the upper back towards your feet. Breathing into the space that we're creating in the low back and in the hips, in the groin. Slowly begin to roll up through the spine. Bring your hands, your fingertips behind you, pointed towards the body. And we're going to cross the left ankle over the right thigh. And you can actually have your fingertips off to the side, behind you, pointed towards the body, whatever feels best for you. It doesn't really matter too much there. Just keep your heart nice and open. And you can play around with how close your seat is to your heel. That will probably change the stretch quite a bit for you. Keep some awareness in your left foot here. You could even circle out the ankle, wiggle your toes. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, exploring the outside edge of your left hip. And then slowly begin to uncross, take it to the other side. Same thing, play around with how close your seat is to your left heel. You can move the right ankle and the foot, keeping your heart nice and open, shoulders away from your ears best you can. Maybe you rock. And then begin to uncross that leg. Start to come back into Sukhasana, your comfortable seat of choice, whatever that is for you. And we're just going to bring our hands to heart, close the eyes, and take a couple of deep breaths. Acknowledging how you're feeling in the body, how you're feeling energetically and in the mind. Hopefully feeling a bit more open, more fluid and free. If that is not the case for you, that's also okay. Just connect with your awareness. Maybe even setting an intention to be present throughout the rest of your day. Thank you so much for choosing to be here and practice with me. It is an honor to have been your guide. I will see you in the next practice. Namaste.